You're watching the 2025 SCAC Baseball Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the McMurry University baseball program. The Warhawks will be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Josh Lee, along with leadership from junior Riley Hood. And Coach Riley, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir.
Coach, we'll open up with you heading into your third season as the manager of this baseball club there in Abilene, coming off an outstanding season, a 20-plus win year. It's the second 20-plus win season for this program in the last 3 years. Where have you seen, the biggest growth in your program over these first couple of seasons? And ultimately, how excited you'd be back here with this group of guys heading into this new chapter of McMurry baseball and heading into the SCAs?
We we revamped some things about 5 years ago, had a shakeup. And the last 3 years has been a commitment to these seniors. We got 15 seniors this year. Those guys have stayed committed from day one. So one of the things we're looking to grow on is just the experience. Like we've been able to get the experience the last 3 years. We're building on that with a lot of confidence to know that these guys have been through the grinder. We've been through the goods and we've been through the bads. And so we've experienced both. And so I think they've realized that it's a lot funner on one side than it is the other. And so that's been the exciting thing with these guys and watching them grow and watching the expectation and what it looks like to practice hard, what it looks like to show up every day and be ready to go and not just check a box. So it's an exciting time.
Riley, coming into this season, I know it's a big year for you, your junior year, first year as an upperclassman. I'm just interested in a vibe check from the guys right now in that clubhouse. How has the team chemistry started to develop and come together as this team started to prepare for the season? And what is this group's, mentality and excitement, going into this first year in the SCAC?
It's a great group of guys. We really enjoy being around each other. We brought in some guys who have really brought into what we're trying to do. So it really every day is just a fun. We're excited. We're getting after it, and I think we're all on the same page of mentality of you just got to go out there and be you, and find ways to win. We pride ourselves in trying to win every baseball game at the same time. It's a great group of guys, and we really enjoy being around each other. I think it's gonna be a fun year.
Coach, tell us a little about this program. Tell us about this group for those who may be, introduced to McMurry baseball for some of the first times this season coming into the SCAC. What can they expect? What's kind of the approach you like your guys to have when they step in the box, the philosophy on the mound? What are some things that you hope to be, real consistent with this group as the season unfolds, regardless of result?
Just be grinders, and just to be able to attack and attack and attack. We want our pitchers to attack. We want our hitters to attack. Defensively, we need to fly around. Offensively, we need to fly around. And I think we're capable of doing that. I think with the schools that we've played, everybody, knows that, when we step on the field, we're going to have to compete our tail off against each other because I think, with this group in general, we've really found ways to better what we do already and to really push ourselves to be better a team, but not to mention that like just to be better base runners, be better defenders, focus better on execution on the mound, things like that. But I think ultimately what you can expect from us is, we're going to grind it out for 27 outs. And if that day it's 54, then here we go. We're playing 2 games and let's go. And so I think that's the mentality that was created whenever I was part of the program with Coach Driggers is we're just not going to stop. Like, it's our time. Let's go. And so that's the mentality. And what I hope you see from us is just a team that's just going to, run hard and play hard.
Riley, you've been such a staple in that lineup since you arrived there in Abilene. You started, I think, 78 of the 80 games you played in. You're coming off an outstanding sophomore campaign, which you earned first team All ASC honors a season ago. Career numbers across the board in terms of games played, games started, at-bats, runs scored, hits, doubles, RBI, batting average, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, all up, last year in career best. What does a season like that do for you just in terms of your confidence? And what have you continued to focus on and work on to improve and get better and build that confidence coming into this year campaign?
Well, definitely a credit to all the hours and work that I've been putting in with my coaches and my teammates. I was very blessed to have a good year last year. It was actually the confidence problem before I actually started the season. I think that's why I had such a good one last year, is because I believed in myself to do the things I need to do. And nothing really changes for this next season. I'm going in thinking the same thing, just, work hard. And then whenever the game starts, all those thoughts are out of your head and you just trust your skills that you've been doing for the last 18 years. So it was definitely a good year, and God willing, I'll have another great year. But as much as I'm concerned, I'm just making sure I'm a good teammate, and I like to see more wins in that win column more than any of the stats that I could accumulate. That's what more I'm worried about this year for sure.
Coach, it's an exciting year, heading into this season in the SCAC. League is 11 baseball members, the biggest it's been since 2012, welcoming in obviously new teams, including McMurry. And, I'm interested in what you see as some of the biggest challenges coming into this season. It's a conference that obviously is new, but there's a lot of familiarity with, former conference foes, coming along with you, other non-conference games that will now be conference contests coming into the season. So, what do you see as some of the biggest challenges? How is this group prepared to face those? And, what have you found as being key to keep the team focused during a season of which that there will be challenges over the course of the way?
You know, it's good because we've seen a lot of these teams on midweek games, but the other side of that is they haven't seen all our players either, and so a lot of times they're seeing some of our midweek starters on the mound. We're not seeing weekend starters from either team for when we're facing folks or they're facing us. And sometimes, they see the full starting lineup and sometimes they might not. And so that's the encouraging part. There's some uncertainty with like knowing actual lineups and stuff like that with who you're playing and whatnot. Obviously with us and Concordia and Ozarks, we're a little bit more familiar with each other just because we've had those competitive balance games on weekends and conference tournaments or whatever the case may be. But we're excited about it. I think the guys are really excited about the fact that it's a blank script. It's a script that we have an opportunity to write. We get to write our story right now. And, I think the history with McMurry, we've had a good story, then we've had some shakeup, we've had some ups and downs, and these guys have been part of the ups and they're ready. They're ready to write their own script. And this is an opportunity for us to do so in a great conference. It's going to be a battle, guys. So I think that's something to be excited about within the SCAC. And I keep telling the guys that is like every weekend's going to be a grind. It's going to be a battle to who's going to come out on top. And that's a testament to the SCAC and what we're walking into as new members, to say, we're definitely familiar with each other. There's no getting around that. But I'm really excited about the opportunity to just walk out there and compete against coaches that you respect and coaches that have had success. I'm anticipating at one point or another, there's potentially 5 to 6 teams ranked regionally, or nationally within this conference. And I mean, that says a lot of good, and so I think that's something to be really optimistic about. And I think our guys are taking that on full-fledged, they're taking it on. I use the reference that you're either a bull or you're a cow. You're a buffalo or you're a cow. Like, you're going to run away from the storm or you're going to attack the storm. And my guys, that's the one thing we talk about. We're running at the storm, guys. We're just going to there's no other way to do it. And I'm really excited about that. And I think they've bought into that. And I'm really excited about what this year is going to be.
Riley, fun as we wrap up with you, it's fun to hear Coach talk about you being a part of the group that's seen the ups within this program and having the ability heading into this year to kind of write your script, write your story. So when you've had conversations with some of the other leaders in that clubhouse about some of the goals and expectations coming into this year and this first season in the SCAC, what have those conversations looked like? And ultimately, what do you see as being key in order for this group to go out and accomplish things heading into 2025?
So I think we're all on the same page. We just know we got to go out there and play our game. This conference is full of great teams, and we're going to see some great arms and some great hitters. And we know that. I think one is just knowing our opponent, what they do well, what they don't. And it's hard in this new conference. Not a whole lot of weaknesses everywhere, but, we just got to go out there, play our game, play smart, and, just stay on us. Don't worry about other things going on. Just focus on our team, stay ready. It's been a great last 5 months of working together. This group is really special. I've never been a part of a team that gets well so long, considering for how long I've been playing. It's a really special feeling to know that, through the ups and downs, I know for a fact that our team's going to stay strong together, and we'll find a way to, work out whatever we come across.
And finally, Coach, as we wrap up with you, what's been the message to this group as you get them, mentally and physically prepared to head into the season, lay the foundation for the start of this year going into this year? What's been that message, and what do you want the fans to know about that message going into the season?
So just to put it out there, I mean, we've been laying building blocks for the last 3 years, and actually before that, and we're building and we're just building, and now it's time. And that's the message. Now it's time. Like now is the time to trust all the effort and all the focus and all the early morning lifts and all the summer ball moments, and trust all that time to let it come to fruition now. And so we're looking forward to that. So what is it like? The way it is now it's time. And so that's the thing that we've been talking about as a team, and that's the one thing that we're excited about.
McMurry University head baseball coach Josh Lee, along with leadership from junior Riley Hood. The Warhawks and Coach Lee will open up the 2025 campaign when they take on Huntington on February 7th. Coach Riley, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you.